In a small village nestled among the rolling hills of Africa, the sun painted the sky with hues of gold and orange, casting a warm glow over the thatched roof huts and dusty pathways. This was the home of Zaffarani, a wise old woman known throughout the village for her wisdom and kindness. One day, a curious young boy named Hino approached Zaffarani's humble dwelling, his eyes wide with wonder and a million questions bubbling beneath the surface. He had heard tales of Zaffarani's wisdom and sought her guidance on a topic that weighed heavily on his young mind: trustworthiness. Zaffarani welcomed Hino with a warm smile, her eyes twinkling like the stars that dotted the night sky. She invited him to sit beside her under the shade of a sprawling baobab tree, its ancient branches reaching out like protective arms. "Tell me, young Hino, why have you come to seek my wisdom today?" Zaffarani asked, her voice gentle and soothing, like a lullaby. Hino hesitated for a moment before speaking. "I want to learn about trustworthiness, Grandma Zaffarani. I want to understand what it means to be someone that others can rely on." Zaffarani nodded thoughtfully, her fingers tracing patterns in the dusty earth as she began to weave her tale. "Imagine, Hino, that trustworthiness is like a delicate thread," she began, her words flowing like a gentle river. "Each time you keep a promise, each time you stand by a friend, you add strength to that thread. But if you break a promise or betray someone's trust, you weaken the thread, making it fragile and prone to breaking." As Zaffarani spoke, Hino could picture the thread in his mind's eye, shimmering and glowing with each act of kindness and honesty. "What if someone else breaks their promise to me? How can I trust them again?" Hino asked, his brow furrowed with confusion. Zaffarani smiled, her eyes filled with wisdom beyond her years. "Trust, my dear boy, is like a tree. It takes time to grow, but once it has taken root, it can weather any storm. If someone breaks your trust, give them a chance to mend their ways. Forgive, but never forget. Remember, forgiveness is not about letting someone off the hook, but freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment." Hino nodded, absorbing Zaffarani's words like a sponge. He realized that trustworthiness was not just about keeping promises, but also about understanding, forgiveness, and compassion. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, Hino thanked Zaffarani for her wisdom. He left her dwelling with a newfound understanding of trustworthiness, determined to be someone that others could rely on. And so, under the watchful gaze of the ancient baobab tree, a bond was forged between a wise old woman and a curious young boy, a bond built on trust, understanding, and the timeless wisdom of Zaffarani's teachings.